Hello, my name is Bobby, and I'm the design engineer here at Cookshack in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Today, I'm going to be doing something that I really like, pizza on the PG1000. It's a pellet grill. There's a couple different options that you can do. Homemade pizza, you can buy your favorite pizza crust, like these guys here, they're pre-made pizza crust. Or what we did is we actually made it from scratch. So I actually have some here that I've been letting rise. What we did is we just took some bread flour, some olive oil, some salt, a teaspoon of sugar just to add a little bit of sweetness, and then a packet of yeast. Let it sit so it could rise, so it'll be nice and puffy. And now what we're going to do is actually bake it on the PG1000 pellet grill. So what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to take it out of the bowl. And before I do that though, actually I'm going to take this cookie sheet and I'm actually going to put some cornmeal on the bottom so the pizza crust doesn't stick to the cookie sheet for one, but also it can slide off onto the grill. What we're going to do is actually use the warming side, not the direct fire side on the PG1000. That way we can get basically just like an oven, just like you cook at home. Put a little more on here. So when I put the crust on here, it's actually gonna probably stick a lot to it. Yeah, probably need some more around the edges. And this is just cornmeal. You can use the flour too. Either one works. Cornmeal actually adds a little bit of texture to the bottom too. And what you're going to do is just spread it around as well as you want. This is actually going to be a pretty big pizza. This crust recipe I got online. It's actually for 2 crusts, but I'm going to make 1 out of it because I like a little bit thicker crust myself. And baking it, pre-baking, it's going to make it where it's it rises up almost like a bread, like a crust. And once you spread it out, you actually want to let it sit here for 5 minutes so it can shrink back in, so it's not spread out when you put it on the grill. You don't want it to stick to the grill. What I'm going to do today is actually use a seafood grate. That way it's a kind of a crosshatch, smaller area for the crust to actually not stick to. If you use a regular grill, you can do it. You'll probably want to add a little more flour to your crust so it doesn't, when it starts to actually bake, it doesn't bake around the grill, the grates. So I'm actually going to add a little bit of flour. And this is bread flour. You can use all-purpose flour. Bread flour actually helps it rise a little bit better whenever you make the crust. And what I like to do, I'm going to put some cornmeal on top. I'm going to flip it over so I know it's going to slide off the cookie sheet when I put it on the grill and not stick to the cookie sheet. And the cornmeal will help it not stick to the grill as well. What we'll do when we get to the grill is I'll actually take a paper towel with some olive oil and grease the grill, so that also helps it not stick. So what I'm going to do is actually try to flip this over. So I know it's going to slide off. What I'm doing now is just basically making a crust for the outside so all the ingredients stay in. Just twisting it over real quick. Okay, what I'm also going to do to the crust, just to add a little bit of seasoning, I like to do this, is just take just Italian seasoning, sprinkle some on, and on the top, take a little bit of olive oil, and actually you can just spread it around a little bit, just like you're baking bread. This is going to add a nice golden crust to it. It'll help it get a nice gold to it around the crust. And you can brush this on too, or use a paper towel, or use your fingers like me. Alright, now we're out to the grill. Alright, so what we did actually, besides doing the mesh grate, we actually didn't use the seafood grill. The reason I didn't, the dough was a little bit soft, so it would have actually went through that as well. What I did first is actually leave it on the cookie sheet, just like I'm baking a pizza, and I baked it for about 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, and then I slid it off on the grill to get some grill marks on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is actually just put all the toppings on. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pizza sauce. Again, what I was going to say is you can make your own pizza sauce. If you want something quick, just to give you a different option, like I said about the crust, just buy some spaghetti sauce or some already pre-made pizza sauce. We're also going to take these pre-made crusts and make a couple of them in case you want something quicker than the homemade pizza crust. These are a really good option and really fast. So what I'll do is I'll just take some pizza sauce and I'll spread it on here. You can spread it around. Add a little bit more pizza sauce. Spread the last of the pizza sauce. And then what we're gonna put, let's see, I'm gonna take some of this basil. I'm gonna put some of it on there. You really can do whatever your preference is. I kind of like fresh, all fresh ingredients. It really makes a difference in the pizza. And then we'll put some, I'm actually going to take some fresh mozzarella. Put some fresh mozzarella on it. And this is actually a really good substitute to using your oven. For one thing, in the summer, it's hot and oven heats up the house. Nice option for your outdoor cooking is the PG1000. It's a pellet grill that uses all wood pellets. You can put quite a few different things on there. I've seen people cook cold smoke on it, put some green onions on it. Cold smoked salmon on it. We've done some videos of that. Some fresh Parmesan. Put some meat on it. Italian sausage. And then probably just put some olives on it. And again, just do whatever your preference is on this. Everything's going to turn out really good because it's basically like cooking in your oven, but with a smoke flavor. It's going to have a really nice smoke flavor to it. Alright, so for the quicker option, I'm actually going to use these pre-made crusts. Put a little pizza sauce in them. Center. This actually is a really fast option for quick pizzas, and you can do personal pizzas like these. They also have bigger pre-made, and they're actually only about $3 to $4 for a big one. These are actually only like $2.50 for 3. Maybe put some cheese on them. Cheese on this one. Some green peppers on this one. Maybe some pepperonis on this one. This is actually also a really good idea for kids. Just like homemade pizzas, you can do it and have fun. Might put some Italian seasoning on this one, just to give it a little flavor. Put it on this one too, why not? Some green onions. This guy, a little more cheese. Maybe make this one a veggie. There you go. Pretty simple. Alright, so now we got all of our pizzas made. Now it's just simply popping them back on the grill outside and letting them cook for about 15 minutes. And they're ready to go, ready to eat. Alright, we just got our pizzas off the PG1000 outside. They turned out great. So what we're going to do now is eat them. Basically, you can plate them however you want. The small ones are actually really nice because they're like personal pan pizzas. What you can just do is simply plate it up like this, and you have a pizza. These are great for kids because they're smaller size. They're personal, so they can make them however they want. Great activity for the family. If you want to know anything else about cooking pizzas on a PG1000 or any of our other smokers, give us a call at 1-800-423-0698. Or you could visit us online at cookshack.com. We'd be more than happy to help you.